Well, what do we have here? A video posted on social media showed a crowd vandalising a Waymo Robotaxi in the human fecal matter and syringe capital of the world, setting it on fire, highlighting the growing hostility towards self-driving cars. Well, this is going to be good. Seems like a great city. I think I might move there. But wait, there's more.
Let's see some.
So, I mean, what a great city. And actually, what a bunch of fucking losers. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't have a suitable father figure in the home. Yeah, I said it because it's true. Now, the reason I'm sharing this on a Tesla-centric video, succinctly summed up by this user on X who happens to have the username SMR420 and definitely isn't my official alt account. They, as in Cruise, Waymo, etc., are taking the heat while Tesla low-key Trojan horses their way into autonomy. This isn't the first incident where a bunch of fatherless turds with nothing better to do have attacked or vandalized a robotaxi, a Cruise or a Waymo robotaxi in San Francisco. Now, I can understand some residents having frustrations. These vehicles do make incredibly dumb decisions. They block roads, slow traffic, prevent emergency vehicles from getting where they need to get. It's not good. Then there was the whole insane cover-up with Cruise lying to regulators about an accident that occurred. I've covered this before. I won't rehash that. So I get it. There may be some pent-up frustration. But beating up a robotaxi is not going to make your father come home or love you, unfortunately for these lost little children. But as this takes place, simultaneously, Tesla, with a 400 IQ strategy, instead of deploying vehicles, driverless vehicles that are fucking up, pissing off residents, annoying people, instead have customers agreeing to actively monitor, to babysit the software, to train, to get better, increase its capabilities. And then out of absolutely nowhere, while Tesla's so-called robotaxi competition is having incident after incident like this, Tesla's vehicles are getting better and better and better. And at some point in the future, bam, they'll legally be able to operate robotaxis without having had any of this heat. Of course, the media, the hate stream media, who hate you, hate humanity, and hate the truth, would have you believe that Tesla are extremely reckless as a company. Their vehicles are extremely dangerous and they mow pedestrians down 24/7. But the actual truth is consumers out there aren't even thinking about Tesla vehicles. This is what's happening in reality on screen now. Cruise and Waymo are taking the heat, while Tesla ultimately furthers their lead with a generalized solution for autonomy. Tesla has really used their big brains to figure out the best way to ultimately solve autonomy. And the best way to ultimately solve autonomy is to have human drivers agree to supervise the software until it's capable of driving autonomously so you don't have stuff like this happen. And by the way, guys, for real, if you do want to follow my alt account for off-topic stuff, it's over at SMR420. And now, one of the worst human beings to ever exist, quite an achievement, Mr. Burns makes an outrageous claim about Tesla. And definitely not out of fear for his company, feel free to dig into it, nor out of a desire to get off due to his humiliation fetish. I'm sure he's just genuinely concerned for people out there. Over to you, Monty.
Okay. This is experimental baseline software that will try to kill you, and they sold it to 400,000 consumers.
You hear that? Mr. Burns just claimed that this software will try to kill you. I think what he really means is will actually kill my company. No, I'm just kidding. He would never be self-interested like that. And in case you missed it, believe it or not, this extremely high-quality pile of human excrement ran 2 Super Bowl commercials over the weekend, full of lies, falsehoods, deception, lots of misleading, trying to scare consumers and cause great harm, commercial harm to Tesla. Of course, he can't get away with it anymore on X, already been community noted. The news video of the child being hit by a driver was actually not a Tesla full self-driving related incident, blah, 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 blah. Dan is literally running ads. Lies. I mean, this is slander, libel. It's false. He's really walking a fine line. One lawsuit away from bankrupt. So keep at it, Dan. Not sure that's the best move, but hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you off, possibly literally. And it gets better. The National Transportation Safety Board sent a letter to Mr. Burns warning him about unauthorized usage of their logo in his Super Bowl ads. Check this out. National Transportation Safety Board. Attention, Legal Department. Regarding unauthorized use of NTSB's official seal in Super Bowl commercial. Dear Mr. Burns, it has come to our attention that your second Super Bowl commercial airing on February 11th, 2024, prominently and unlawfully, displays the official seal of the National Transportation Safety Board. In addition to its public airing, the commercial has been posted to your webpage, dawnproject.com, and your YouTube page. A screenshot of the commercial in question is attached. By federal law, the NTSB is authorized a judicially recognized seal. Use of the NTSB seal outside of the NTSB is prohibited without the prior written approval of the NTSB. Due to the nature of our work and the need to be unambiguously independent from commercial interests, we strive to protect the international reputation of the NTSB by preventing unapproved use of our seal. Now, think about this from Mr. Burns' point of view. He's trying to give a little bit of a feel of officialdom to his hit piece on Tesla. Yeah, let's slap a seal here. People gotta think that's legit. There's reasons you can't go slapping seals and logos, especially from regulatory bodies and so on your hit piece commercials. Dan is in big fucking trouble here. Contrary to federal law, again, this is a big deal. The guy has broken federal law. You did not obtain, and the NTSB did not grant permission to use the NTSB seal in your Super Bowl commercial or on any other materials. Moreover, your unauthorized use of the NTSB's seal spuriously implies endorsement of your company and or message by the NTSB. Accordingly, the NTSB demands that you cease any further unsanctioned use of the NTSB seal and that the NTSB seal be immediately removed from your website and YouTube page, as well as any further airings of the offending commercial. We further request that you notify us in writing when all changes have been made. Well, I think Dan has fucked around and he's just found out. Now, I'd just like to deliver a nice, long, slow clap to one of the dumbest and slowest moving automotive companies on planet Earth, the conglomerate known as Stellantis. For those of you who don't know, the Latin origin of the word Stellantis means slow moving as fuck. I definitely didn't make that up. Breaking. Stellantis has announced that they will adopt Tesla's North American charging standard. This means all major automakers that sell in the US have now officially announced NACS adoption. Some guy with 3 first name said this was embarrassingly slow moving from Stellantis and wondered what the fuck have they been doing since May last year. Why May? This is why. Companies joining NACS. May 2023, nearly a year ago now, Ford announces a partnership, and then GM, who led in Matter, follow Ford, because, wait, what? Doesn't make sense, does it? But they did. Same month, June, Rivian, Volvo, Polestar, and Electrify My Arsehole. Then the following month, Mercedes-Benz and Nissan. A month later, Honda and Acura. A month later, Jaguar. A month later, Hyundai, BMW, and Toyota. In November, Subaru and Lucid. Awkward for Lucid. December, VW. January, Mazda. And now, February 2024, Stellantis. You fucking morons. What have they been doing since May? Honestly, this is an incredible, narrow, but incredible insight into how slow moving and brain dead these fucking companies are. How long does it take for you to go, Well, Ford's already taken the embarrassing first step of crawling to Tesla on the hands and knees, so we're not going to have the same reputational harm as Ford. They've already taken all the media, so let's ring Elon and go, hey, can we have what Ford's having, please? Because it makes sense. But no, takes Stellantis the better part of a fucking year. Idiots. And now on screen, we can see a visualization of all of the North American charging standard adopters. In green, those who are currently announced having adopted the standard. And a few holdouts in red, tiny and or irrelevant brands who've not yet made an announcement. They're probably busy with their bankruptcy proceedings. So we've got Ford/Lincoln adopting Lotus, Volvo, Polestar, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Infiniti, Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, Aptera, Government Motors and all their sub-brands, GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Land Rover, Honda, Acura, Aprilia, Anal Fisker, Rivian, BMW, Rolls-Royce, Mini, Toyota, Lexus, Suzuki, Subaru, VW, Porsche, Lamborghini, Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, Rimac, Scout, Mazda, Lucid, and now finally the Stellantis group. Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and Maserati. What the hell were they doing, honestly? This segment is called Fuck Around, Find Out.
So what happens now?
What happens now?
Yeah.
That is the question. First of all, it's going to be on appeal, right?
Yep.
And if you're the directors, you have to appeal this.
Is there going to be pressure on this on at the appellate level on them in Delaware to say we got to reverse this, otherwise every company is going to go to Nevada or Texas or wherever they're going?
To be non-technical about it, I think the question will be, does a bad process invalidate good substance, assuming the substance of the decision originally was good, right? If the substance was bad, if the Supreme Court in Delaware says the substance was bad and the process was bad,
but the shareholders
that's fine.
Voted on it.
Well, that is the interesting thing. The shareholders voted on it, and look, was it
Clearly discussing the insane corruption of the activist in Judge's Clothing in Delaware who recently robbed Elon Musk of his well-earned compensation and spat in the face of Tesla shareholders who almost unanimously voted to approve Musk's 2018 compensation package. The fallout from this, without getting too far into the weeds, is companies with brains, one after the other, are attempting to move their legal headquarters, their home, out of Delaware to Nevada, but they can't get fucked by corrupt activists in Judge's Clothing. Delaware has fucked around and is now finding out.
Was it an outsized? Was it a unique pay package?
But I remember at the time it seemed like it was nearly impossible.
But nearly impossible. And did shareholders benefit from a remarkable rise in the stock price? Yes, they did. So where are you going to go? You're going to validate the decision and then find some way to post hoc compensate, which isn't going to be anywhere close? Or are you going to say, look, terrible process. This is not a board that's functioning the way it should, but on balance, the substance of the decision was right. That'll be the question going forward.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
I can see something spinning in your head there.
Ever since the flamethrower, I always think Elon's. Give him a thumbs up. Think how much money for him to. How did he even have so much confidence to think that the shares or the price would grow into where he'd be compensated like that? I don't hold it against
one of
the board or him.
That I'm not sure about is this, that he already had enough stock to be motivated.
Right. That is the argument that she proffers, which is that all of the stock was on the table anyway.
And my glib response is, well, should he have sold it before he got the pay package?
Right.
Right.
Mic drop moment there from somebody who has a fucking brain. Again, this corrupt activist in Judge's Clothing, clearly with extreme communist leanings there. Well, he already has enough. He doesn't need any more. Fuck incentivizing performance. That's bullshit. He's got plenty. It's like the brain dead dipshits who will claim that somebody is earning a high income, therefore how dare they continue to earn more income. Imagine a keynote speaker. Well, they should just come and speak at our event for free. They've got enough money. How dare they expect that they'd get paid for adding more value? That's not right. Got enough. Idiot. Bro, did you see that expression there? We're going to rewind. Just watch his face after making this point, which is extremely logical. And of course, these guys, the folks on CNBS and the guest here, they don't want to come out and call the judge a corrupt activist in Judge's Clothing, but I will because she is. But just check this out. Watch the expression after delivering this point.
My glib response is, well, should he have sold it before he got the pay package?
Right.
Right.
Enough said. Pretty interesting to see essentially the entire CNBS panel and a guest defending Elon Musk in this compensation robbery. Even the media's overall Elon bad bias has been sent packing due to the outrageous nature of this extremely corrupt decision. This extremely corrupt activist posing as a judge. And an article here from our root. Tesla shareholders are also frustrated with the Delaware's CEO pay decision. Corrupt activist in Judge's Clothing, Delaware Chancery Court Judge Kathleen McSeebohm overturned Tesla CEO Elon Musk's 2018 pay package worth some $56 billion, calling the process unfair and the amount unfathomable. Musk and Tesla's board might not like the decision. Understatement. Another group is also upset by the nullification. Tesla's army of retail shareholders. Quote, above all else, it's the sanctity of shareholder rights. We selected the board, and Judge McCormack obliterated shareholder rights with one stroke of a pen, says Amy Steffens, a retail Tesla shareholder who has owned stock in the EV giant since 2010. The opinion of a single retail shareholder might not hold much sway, but Steffens and fellow Tesla shareholder Alexandra Mers organised a kind of retail shareholder petition, a letter to Tesla's board, objecting to the extremely corrupt activist in Judge's Clothing's decision. They amassed 5,800 investor signatures representing more than 23 million Tesla shares. That block is roughly as large as Fidelity's Tesla holding. How they did that is a good question. Mers, a former credit officer at Moody's in France and the founder of L&F Investor Services. By the way, what a great opportunity to plug yourself. This is how the media works, by the way, guys. If you've got a business to promote, do as many media appearances as possible. Tell them your business. They'll always mention it. It's a mutually beneficial circle jerk. Believe me, I've been there and done that. Great strategy. I did this in my finance business in particular, which advises international investors on the creation or purchase of US businesses, has more than 100,000 followers on X. That large following helps. So does the nature of Tesla's shareholding base. Retail shareholders hold about 44% of Tesla stock, according to Bloomberg. That figure is closer to 20% for the rest of the Magnificent Seven stocks, including Microsoft and Apple. Both women realize Tesla's board isn't perfect. Quote, there has been some cleaning up to do, says Mers. Quote, the board was less independent in 2018 than it is now. Quote, Musk was a board chairperson in 2018. Current board chairperson, Robin Denholm, took over in November 2018 in the aftermath of Musk's August 2018 funding secured tweet. Both, however, are careful to point out they knew what they were voting for in 2018. Quote, you would have to have been living under a rock not to know all the ins and outs of this 2018 comp plan, says Steffens, adding that she wants to see the board redo a compensation plan that is heavy on stretch goals and big equity awards. She and Mers are happy with Musk's leadership. Quote, one of our worst fears as Tesla investors is that you get a board that acted like Apple's board did when they removed Steve Jobs. Indeed. Apple essentially fired Jobs in 1985. He came back in 1996. The iPod was introduced in 2001, the iPhone in 2007, and the rest is history. To be sure, not all retail investors see things the same way. Quote, I am not worried. Tesla is Musk's piggy bank and power base, says Tesla's third largest retail shareholder, behind Musk and Larry Ellison. Quote, I support the decision. It is the correct decision. The compensation package is outrageous. Now, I may be mistaken, but I do believe that Leo in the past disclosed that he was getting his financial ass handed to him, having made some options bets on Tesla stock. Is it possible there are some remaining emotional scars? Who knows? Where the line is on outrageous can be tough to say. A lot of tech CEOs make money that just doesn't compute for most people. Musk's 2018 pay package was unusual in its size and its goals. To earn all the stock-based compensation, Tesla had to expand sales and profit roughly 9-fold, and its market capitalization had to rise some 12-fold. Microsoft's CEO just completed 10 years at Microsoft. He's received roughly $400 million in compensation over that span. Musk's recorded compensation is $2.3 billion over the same span. All of that came in 1 year. Those figures are based on the summary compensation tables calculated in proxy reports. There is a difference between summary compensation tables and what stock options are worth. Musk's were worth some $50 billion before the judge nullified the award. Microsoft CEO, for his part, controls about 800,000 shares of Microsoft stock. Those are worth roughly $336 million based on recent prices. Whatever the math or the tables used to summarize, it's a lot. Are they worth it? Who knows? I mean, I'm not going to lie. The answer is yes, they are. I know a lot of keyboard warriors like to go, that's bullshit, man. They get paid too much money. Bro, your brain is too small to even fathom what they do and how much value these leaders add. Now, that's not to say there aren't some incompetent CEOs out there. The vast majority are fairly compensated. If you help a company make $10 billion in a year, you've added $10 billion in value, you get compensated to the tune of $50 million. Chump change, chicken feed, it's nothing. Easy to criticize from your mum's basement, but these are extremely high pressure, high stress, tough, complicated, intellectually challenging, mentally draining, emotionally difficult roles. Extremely critical decisions must be made. Many of them, day in and day out. Emergencies dealt with, fires extinguished. It ain't easy, which is exactly why I just make videos on the internet. Whatever the math or the tables used to summarize, it's a lot. Are they worth it? Who knows? Maybe Tesla and Microsoft could have done as well with someone else. Both. Tesla, someone else doing as well? No fucking chance, bro. Microsoft, maybe. There's probably a few people out there that could have led Microsoft fairly successfully. Microsoft has added $2.8 trillion in market cap over the past 10 years, according to FactSet. Tesla has added almost $600 billion. The percentage change for Microsoft is about 800%. The change for Tesla is roughly 2,300%. Judge McSeebomb's ruling can be appealed to the Delaware Supreme Court. The Chancery Court declined to make her available for an interview, while the case remains an active matter. Vanguard, BlackRock and State Street didn't respond for requests to comment about the Delaware decision. The appeal will keep the Musk pay package in the news. While the legal process unfolds, Tesla's board might have to address CEO pay in its coming proxy. What the board decides to do is anybody's guess. It's a safe bet whatever they decide will make news. Tesla stock coming into the week was down about 22% year to date, underperforming the Nasdaq Composite by some 29%. The pay package is a very small portion of that move. Investors instead, apparently, are worried about slowing demand growth amid more competition for EVs. Amy actually posted some great visualizations here in terms of Tesla stock ownership, smallest of the large holders to the biggest, and Tesla retail shareholders who signed this letter, just via X by the way. Only a few thousand, representing over 23 million shares. ARK currently holds just over 4 million. Barron is in Ron? Yeah, 10 million. Schwab, less than 15. UBS, just over 15. Goldman Sachs, just over 15. Even Vanguard, the biggest of the big, only about 10x the number of shares. Clearly, if this is even slightly indicative of sentiment of overall Tesla retail investors regarding this compensation package, there are a lot of people who are pissed at Kathleen McSeebomb's actions, thieving Musk's well-earned pay package, and insulting Tesla investors who voted in support of the package back in 2018. I hope whoever's paying her, I'm just kidding, no one would ever do that, but hypothetically in another universe, I hope whoever theoretically in that other universe was paying her to blow up her career with this decision to go after Elon, because Elon bad was compensating her rather well and had certainly promised a very cushy role wherever she ends up after she gets shit canned for this extremely corrupt decision. I'm just kidding. That was totally hypothetical. That was a exercise in fiction, not actually what happened. I swear. I would never kill myself. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. It's an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a fuck ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. It certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point. It's something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy. Wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely it's not that AG1, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link at the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links to the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon, and don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.